For anyone questioning the Caitlin Clark effect, we now have people wanting to watch golf because of her. We saw the kind of offer that Ice Cube made to Caitlin to play in the Big Three. That is $5 million to play 3.
After earning $10 million off the court, basketball sensation Caitlin Clark, who in her first season on the court is making less than the cost of a decent SUV, drops a bombshell. Her low income has become a PR goldmine thanks to her efforts. While others are perspiring over their 9-to-5 grind, Caitlin cashes six-figure sums only to show up and gossip.
Higher than the NBA. So I was like, oh, what's she going to get paid? Because finally, you can get a real paycheck. And then I saw it and I was like, this can't be right. Because this is what it is. In the first year, Caitlin Clark will earn $76,535.
The problem is this. Some corporations are willing to spend more than the cost of a house and travel across the country just to have her perform, even if the WNBA throws her peanuts. Caitlin Clark has turned her from a court appearance into a financial empire, accumulating $10 million in the process. In fact, compared to some of the more experienced players, the newbie that everyone pitted had more zeros in her bank account.
And I'm so happy for her to get the 28 flipping million.
But wait, there's still more. Caitlin Clark is not only generating money, but also changing the norms of sports marketing as the WNBA sits on the sidelines, scrubbing its head visibility, platform, and influence. She has it everything, and she is making the most of it to outsmart her detractors and rivals. Hold on tight, because not everyone is pleased with Caitlin Clark's recent game-changing move.
Reality is that, as from a marketing perspective, Caitlin Clark is worth more than almost any pro basketball player in.
What makes her so smart is her ability to flip the narrative and see the NBA as a launching pad rather than the final destination. The exposure the league provides is a well-considered trade-off. Millions of people watch everything she does. And a game day check is not nearly as valuable as those eyes. Brand power. Caitlin Clark charges $100,000 for a half-hour virtual presence in person, which doubles or perhaps triples the $600,000 she has made this year simply for turning up and speaking, whereas some people work 9 to 5. That isn't a job. Money printing is what that is. Why, then, wouldn't companies pay her? The true value is in what she stands for, not in the rebounds or three-pointers. Additionally, businesses of all sizes are lining up to have their names linked to hers. People do more than just listen to her. They buy into her.
Caitlin Clark's last WNBA playoff game had over 2.6 million viewers, and now we are seeing the ratings dip under 1 million.
She also maintains endorsement partnerships with Nike that are unparalleled. All of the game's big participants, including Wilson State Farm, have given it their all. Nike reportedly paid millions of dollars to sign her without even needing a proposal. Given how well-known Caitlin Clark is, no one needs to be convinced of her worth. In actuality, State Farm probably invested a significant sum of money in advertising just to feature her in one of those peculiar commercials. In essence, Wilson, the well-known basketball business, gave her a blank check. Her reputation as a player and a global star is cemented by each deal. What's even more impressive is her ability to turn down offers. She didn't even blink when a brand new, unrivaled women's basketball league offered her a $1 million salary and equity. Clark decided to play chess instead of signing, even though most individuals would have done so immediately. The WNBA provides her something considerably more significant in the shape of respectability, and her decision to stay is a brilliant one, even though Checkers' unmatched may give her a rapid payday. A well-thought-out risk that is already yielding significant profits.
Some estimates have said that the league is going to lose about $50 million. Is there a scenario that you will try to raise more money right now?
Probably not. We probably don't need to raise capital like we did back in when I came.
Her social media presence is also a beast in and of itself. Every post she makes offers the chance to earn money, and millions of people follow her everywhere she goes. She is more adept at sponsored content affiliate marketing than the majority of influencers. The genius of Caitlin Clark is that she is not only leveraging her following but also turning every like, remark, and share into revenue. The remarkable aspect of all of this is that Caitlin Clark's career is just getting started. She has only just started to reach her full potential, but she is already changing the definition of what it means to be an athlete in the modern era. There is more to her tale than basketball. It all comes down to strategy, vision, and an unyielding drive to achieve. She cares more about the bigger picture than other people do about the game.
When we look at player salaries, people wonder, why are NBA player salaries 100 times higher than WNBA salaries? Because the TV money was 100 times higher in the NBA than it was in...
Caitlin Clark has quickly become well known in the fields of branding and marketing, as well as on the basketball court. Even though she is only 22 years old, she is more than just an athlete. She is a walking, talking cash register. Businesses are paying $100,000 or six figures for Caitlin Clark to speak for 30 minutes because her speeches alone are a spectacle. In ways that most seasoned pros can only dream of, Clark has cracked the code to make money off of her fame. Brands cannot replicate the kind of impact she has when she's present, regardless of how many marketing teams they use. It goes beyond what she says. It's also about how her presence has a cascading impact, with news websites and social media platforms covering it the next day.
Magic moment, if you recall, from 1979 when those two rookies came in from a big college rivalry, one white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence.
But Clark isn't satisfied with stopping there. One of her best choices was working with Wilson to create a signature basketball collection, and she is already signing deals that would make even elite NBA players envious. This is noteworthy since Wilson is the only other athlete to have accomplished it.
Take a moment to process that.
Michael Jordan. By being the first female basketball player to sign a contract of that size, Clark is defying expectations and proving that her reputation is a powerful force. She also has a $1 million contract with State Farm, which includes her appearing in commercials that include the hit song, Like a Good Neighbor. As it happens, State Farm is more than just a place. They firmly believe in the Caitlin Clark phenomenon, and this deal confirms her position as a major force in marketing.
Whatever really happens with Caitlin Clark, I would say her big thing is to be ready for the WNBA season. And people are like, why? She's only making $70,000 in the WNBA. What is the point of her worrying about that league rather than trying to push for other leagues and other ways to make more?
The biggest red flag, though, is that she agreed to an extraordinary 8-year, $28 million Nike rookie contract. But hold on, there's more. That deal could turn out to be unsatisfactory. Yes, $28 million might sound like a lot, but if you look more closely, you can see that she could have bought a signature shoe to finish the set. Since Nike hasn't published one yet, there is an obvious problem with the arrangement. The main money is in signature footwear, like that produced by Stephen Curry or Air Jordan, whose collections have contributed to the creation of multi-billion-dollar businesses. Clark's deal might not be as big as what she's leaving behind without that signature shoe, despite the fact that it looks like it would be. Every child who looks up to her and every admirer who is in awe of her abilities would buy a pair. But it's confusing that Nike hasn't capitalized on this. No advertising, no merchandise, no ads, and, above all, no signature kicks. Even though they're sitting on a gold mine, they don't seem to want to dig.
And it has also been reported that Unrivaled 3-on-3 League offered Caitlin Clark significant equity in the league and a salary that is over $1 million. So this is the first time that we've heard of any money being thrown at her. We've heard that it would be a major deal. It would be a similar setup as to...
The fans would go crazy if Clark showed up on the court during the WNBA playoffs wearing her brand new signature shoes. Should the sneakers be offered for sale immediately following the game? Every basketball enthusiast, regardless of age, would desire a piece of Caitlin Clark's magic. Nike, though, appears to be taking its time. Additionally, Clark's deal is already excellent. Regarding marketability, experts concur that she is more valuable than many seasoned pros. Every game she plays attracts millions of viewers, and her fame is not limited to the country. The kind of publicity that companies usually spend billions to get.
So a lot of people are saying, oh, why is Caitlin Clark she should play in Unrivaled? She's making $1 million. she should play in X, Y, and Z league. She should make some money doing that. Or, Caitlin Clark can do.
The grim reality: the longer Nike waits, the more likely it is that they will lose ground. Clark's star power was at its highest point ever. Every day that goes by without him sporting a branded sneaker is a missed opportunity. The WNBA playoffs are the perfect time to launch her brand, but if Nike doesn't act fast, they will lose out on sales and media attention. Clark's success isn't just a result of her skill. It's also because, with the correct actions, she achieved her full potential, built a multi-million-dollar enterprise, and altered the rules for athlete branding. For Caitlin Clark, the game isn't limited to the court. She is also competing and succeeding in the business sector. The rest of the sports marketing world is watching her closely and noting how she's altering the rules, even though Nike may be slow to catch up. For instance, by eventually launching that iconic shoe, she may turn her company into a billion-dollar one. Clark's next move will undoubtedly be a game changer. The rise of Caitlin Clark teaches us about long-term planning. She has no desire in temporary fame or quick money. Rather, she is producing something that will last long after her playing career is over. The nicest part is that she is doing it how she wants. It is clear that Caitlin Clark is unstoppable, whether she is advising the port or allowing Jaws to leave.